This Pax Dei video is all about combat XP grinding. You can see here that my pole arms is level 12, and I just want to show you how long of a grind this is. Now, the best thing that I found to grind against is this will-o-wisp, because it just runs away and doesn't fight back. It has a huge health pool, really good for just skilling up weapons. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start a timer, and we're going to attack it and see how long it takes not only to kill it, but how many levels we get. We started at level 12 something. Let's go. So obviously I had to speed this part up. Now you can see that I'm opening with 4 damage per attack, and that will go up by a fraction of a decimal, or a decimal point rather, every time I do level up. And this will-o-wisp, it doesn't fight back, and because it's on a little platform, it can't escape the platform. Otherwise it would just run away forever and be super annoying and basically impossible to kill, because it would just run you all over the forest, and there was bears and wolves and cultists and warlocks and knights just all in this foresty area. And yeah, it's absolutely just miserable to fight this thing. And look how long this takes. Also, you'll notice that I rubber band a bunch. I have connection issues a bunch, and this is super far out, and like this is like really far away from like the rest of civilization. Now it does drop off the side of the edge whenever it's lagging, but of course it rubber bands back onto the ledge with me. So you can see it's the server, and yeah, I am, on one of the higher populated USD servers. I know there's people that play on Europe that are like, oh, well, this, we don't have any of those problems. Well, if you play on an actual populated server, why would you play on a low-pop server on an MMO, bros? So yeah, you can see we gained 3 levels so far in like 10 minutes or so. And I'm going to show you at the end of the video, I have some bonus footage that'll show you just how unimpactful leveling your weapon skills actually currently is. But yeah, this is the combat, and every once in a while you'll see that I deal like 18 damage. That's a skill. That skill does not increase in damage when you level up your weapon skills. All skill damage in this game is static damage. So it's so bad, man. The meta is to switch weapons and use your skills over and over and over for highest DPS, by the way. And here we go, we kill it. And there we go, that fight took 15 minutes, and we get some onyx. This time it dropped 2, normally it only drops 1. And yeah, so how many levels did we get here? We got, we are up to level 16 in pole arms now, instead of level 12, so in 15 minutes we gained 4 levels. Did you notice how much damage I started doing with those 4 level ups? It was only 0.4. I gained 0.4 maximum damage. That's it. And this damn spear nearly broke. Now this weapon here is the sturdy spear. This is it's a much stronger weapon than what you can craft early on. You have the pointy stick, then you have the iron pike, then you have I think it's the next one after iron pike. But you can see that that's combat. Now that's against an opponent that does not fight back solo, right? Any kind of humanoid mob you fight will have magic spells. They will hit you for 60 to 80 health, and I even buffed up before the fight. I have this, this mushroom gives me 31 max HP, this mushroom gives me 41 max HP, and I've got a bush here that can give me 30 stamina, so I can swing more often. I've got a bunch of, like, different food buffs, right? And even if I was wearing full chainmail armor, even full iron armor, as in, like, an iron hauberk, an iron breastplate, all that kind of stuff, it would not matter, because the enemies still deal like 60 damage a swing, which means I could survive probably about 4 hits. And you can't dodge. There's no like dodge abilities yet. There's no like, if I block, it's okay. That's a whole lot of bad boys. I can't even walk in that direction. There's dire wolves and gray bears and oh my. But yeah, so that's combat. Combat is not good in this game. Combat is garbage. You know how guilds are going into dungeons and getting the magical items required to learn basic spells? They are essentially throwing bodies at them and keeping the enemies in combat. So you take 20 to 30 people, and you do what I just showed you, and when people die, they just run back and continue fighting, but they're fighting like 20 at a time. They're just Zerg rushing down everything they can and throwing bodies at whatever moves. And that's how they're going into these dungeons, getting the materials to learn basic healing spells. Like just starter stuff like a basic fireball spell or healing magic. That's really mostly what the magic is right now. There's magic that roots enemies and stuff. There's a little bit of crowd control magic in the game, but it's mostly just a fireball, healing, and then your weapon abilities, and that's it. The magic, from what I've seen, what I've looked up, very, very, very bare bones. And so, yeah, what do you guys think about combat? I don't think it's any good. I think the combat absolutely sucks. So, yeah, that's the video. I just want to show off combat. And you'll notice that I rubber banded a whole bunch. I'm in a part of the map where you can't build. There's no players around. It is super far away from civilization. It is about a 1 hour, maybe not 1 hour, maybe like 30 to 40 minute walk from the closest building plot, okay? This is so far out of the way. And yeah, if you can technically use these enemies to level up your weapon skills, that's what I'm doing. And if you want to know where it's at, well, I don't know if I should tell you. I don't know if I should tell you, honestly. Maybe I'll make a members-only video. Oh, how to level your weapon skills fast and easy and free. You know, something like that. If you don't know what a channel membership is, down below this video, there is a join button. It's $5 a month. But the thing is, you know, once I make a public video, everyone will just come to this location. And the other wisps in other parts of the world, they're not stuck on a little platform running back and forth. No, they just continuously run away. And also the wisps are usually paired with a bunch of dire wolves and gray bears and a bunch of other really hard to kill animals. Now, you've probably seen a few videos of people hunting animals and notice that animals die in just a few hits and you deal way more damage to animals. That is true. If I stab a boar, I'm dealing 60 damage, not 4. But that will-o-wisp is considered a combative enemy. They just either forgot to give it magic or they just forgot to give it some sort of attack. So, yeah, they're probably going to fix it now that this video's out, and then no one can level weapon skills. So, yeah, I'm just letting you know what combat looks like. Thank you so much. Please leave a like. Become a channel member if you want. I might make members-only vids for this game, but I don't think it's going to do that well. And click the video on the right side of your screen, and if you don't, your cat or dog or any kind of pet is going to be 300 times more annoying the next day. Bonus footage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you here at Spear level 16, or Pole Arms level 16. Where's it at? Oh, go to combat. There it is. Pole Arms level 16. We're going to go ahead and stab a rabbit. It should deal 18 damage. So there's a couple of rabbits. Just kind of chase them down and poke them. There we go. 18 damage. Now, I'm going to switch characters to a character with no levels in Pole Arms and show you how much damage it does. Now, this character's skills she has nothing. She's level 1 and everything because, again, it's just a random alt character that I just threw together. And her spear, or sturdy spear tooltip DPS is 12 for piercing, whereas on the Swole Benji character, it was 19. So now I just have to find a rabbit. Looks like there's one. We're just going to run it down and poke it real quick. And we had 18 the first time, and now we have 11. So with 16 levels, we deal 7 more damage to a rabbit. Possibly the lowest defense creature in the whole game. And now you know just how utterly worthless levels are, because actual enemy mobs have several hundred HPs. They don't have like 10 or 20 more HPs. They have like 1,000 HP or more. It's a pretty stupid amount of health that the enemies have over us.